intentional, I am the sun, I am original, I am the one. I have a purpose for my existence. I will not stop till I reach my mission. I have ambition, I am consistent. People don't cross me without my permission. My journey is in no competition. I am grateful for all I've been given. I am unique, I am complete. I am everything that I wish to see. I can create my own reality. I am the best me that I can be. I am manifestation. I am present and patient. I am confident. I am opulent. I am destined for greatness.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl Sheena D, aka Indigo Ayora, and this is Straight Outta Kemet. Founded in 2019, it was birthed underneath my publishing company, I in the Middle Publishing LLC, where the mission is raising frequencies one book at a time. Straight Outta Kemet features greatness from our own melanated community of entrepreneurs, entertainers, authors, and social influencers. Its mission is lifting up our people one broadcast at a time. Straight Out of Kemet has been rebirthed and will continue in the legacy of uplifting our people by utilizing its platform to promote their greatness. We are available on all listening platforms. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Happy Wednesday, the day of communication. All right, you got something to say, make sure you communicate it on a Wednesday, honey. Today we have a very special guest. She is very special, y'all, because she is from out of Washington, D.C., my hometown, where stars are born. If y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody, baby. No, but I met this guest at an event that we were doing in Southeast DC. From the time that I seen her shining on stage, I knew that she has something so powerful about her demeanor, about her lyrics, just when she speaks, the things that she utters. So I am so very happy to have her on the show. I really know and I really trust that you all gonna catch a lot of jewels that's being dropped when I tell you that she is speaking of things that's beyond this world. Is for real, y'all. That's why it's on Straight Outta Kemet. Alright. Ashley Mallory, better known in the creative underground hip-hop culture as Uptown Shane, born and raised in the colorful section of Washington, D.C. Uptown Shane is more than a rapper. She spits poetry, life, and love. The shining presence of Uptown Shane is as one of DC's few substantial female MCs. She's definitely a force to be reckoned with. Uptown Shane continues to set the stage on fire in cities such as New York City, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Cleveland, and Virginia. With her most recent blazing performance at the infamous Gil Scott-Heron Poetry Festival and the very legendary Carter Barron Amphitheater. Without further ado, y'all give it up for Uptown Shane. We have Uptown Shane in the building. How are you doing?
I'm grateful. How you feeling?
And all is abundant. All is abundant.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Indeed. Thank you for being able to participate in Straight Out of Kemet. This is the second go around, and this time we're in it to win it. Yes, Uptown Shane was on the beginning of Straight Outta Kemet in 2019, and she's back being able to bless us again with her presence. So very thankful for that.
Yes.
So
congratulations. Welcome back.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm really happy to be back. I'm really excited about the journey. It's a little scary at the same time. But this time I can't stop. I won't stop.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I was told I had to pick my crown back up and place it where it needs to be. So I'm here. You know, I got that divine message through the ancestors.
Yeah.
A shade of that.
Everything good? Like we Gucci?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you look you're good. You just, because you got that screen on, so
Yeah.
But you're good.
Okay.
All right. So before we get into the interview, I kind of wanted like to do like a little icebreaker.
Okay.
So let's see. What is something that you would love to be able to do before you transition from this planet?
The first thing always come to mind is be able to like swim with a great white shark with no cage or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like to be that balanced and that calm and peaceful where I'm exuding like no fear, and to be able to experience like a great white shark like that and in the water. That's the first thing that came to mind. But I love sharks anyway. That's something on my bucket list.
Wow, a great white shark. That's deep. Like,
Yeah.
whew. That I don't know if I'd be able to do nothing like that. I mean, there's a lot of things I feel like I definitely would like to do. You know, if you need somebody to be there for your support, I'll be there waiting for you outside of the water. Okay.
No.
So now that we know something that you want to do before you leave this planet, and this is just to help the audience get to know you know, outside of what it is, all the greatness that you bring. So the next thing I would like to know is what is one of your favorite quotes?
Be still and know that I am God. That's probably my favorite quote. But then it's like, you know, I think of my mother. She always say what you mean and mean what you say. So those might be the top two, I would say.
I like that. I like that. Especially the first one. Be still and know that I am God. Because that brings so much vibrations to it. You know what I mean? Just with you saying it in general.
And it's like any type of situation you in, if you say that to yourself, like it's nothing. That's the highest order, you know. So you could be somebody have a gun in your face, and you saying that to yourself, it's like that's going to naturally polarize that. The gun might jam. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, or he might shoot the John might don't even hit you, or you fall, pass out, you wake like something, you know, or it be the type of people they get shot. Sometimes you hear them got shot in the head, but they still survive. They took a trip, or you know what I mean. You never know, but that quote is powerful.
It's funny that you say that, and it's funny how things come back around. With what do you call it? What's that word? When something happens and then it comes back around again. I can't think of the word. Like whatever, the frequency. We'll just say that. But my old coworker mentioned something like how she spoke life over like a car window, and because the car window was not working, it would not roll up. And then she started saying, you know, for her, instead of saying be still, know that God's with you, she kept saying like in the name of Jesus, in the name of Jesus. And she said the car window rolled up. So that's synchronicity. That's the word I was looking for. So it's funny that I've gotten that twice. And when things like that happen, it shows me that's something I'm supposed to be paying attention to. You know what I mean? The synchronicity.
Power of the tongue.
Definitely. All right. So, I mean, what's been up with you? I mean, last I know, I mean, you do like all this great stuff. You're a poet, you're a rapper. You just have a little bit of everything going on with you. So, I mean, what's going on with you now?
I'm living. Like that's truly what's going on. I'm living. You know, I am a poet and a rapper and do all of those things, but at the same time, I genuinely choose to like experience life for real. You know what I'm saying? So I just been living. I've been working. Like at one point, was pursuing music and trying like to make it per se, or having a dream, you trying to make it and trying to get signed and all of that. And went through the cycle of I'm gonna quit my job and all of that. You know, so just living. I ended up working again. And it's interesting because I like it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's something that I already do, that I'm able to do at work. And I never thought that that would happen. You know, so I've been living, still doing music, and then chose to put out music now. And that's what pretty much is the difference. I chose to like indulge fully back in it and start releasing music, start doing interviews, you know what I'm saying? Start getting back out there because I'm like prepared now, you know.
I got you. Like you're fully there, like mentally.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. I'm balanced in a way where I'm, you know, able to go outside and give myself fully, or know how to give myself and not be depleted when I return home. I still have enough energy for myself. I still have enough peace and joy and kindness and, you know, everything that I give to earn money, or everything I put into my music. You know, as artists, it's a narrative that we always be like depressed. You know, the only time we happy is on the stage. The only time, you know, and for me, I didn't want to experience that. I wanted to be able to like, okay, I can have both. Like, you know, like I didn't want healing to like just continue to be a dream. You know, I wanted it to be real. And I feel like I've obtained that.
Awesome. That sounds like the ultimate piece right there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's absolutely beautiful.
But it's not, let me just say something real quick. That's not a destination. You know what I'm saying? I just want to state that that's not like, oh, you got the prize and now you're never sad and now you're never crying ever again. It's not that. It's more of a like if you ever owned a car and the jump is like a 2-wheel drive or no wheel drive, and you in the snow, you used to get stuck in this and the third, and now you got a Hummer. And so you able to just, you know, you could still possibly get stuck and shit, but at the end of the day, it's much more easier. You know what I'm saying? The turbulence, the this, that, and the third. Like, so that's what it is. You can choose to, you know. So yeah, I don't want to keep going, but go ahead.
No, you're good.
Let's start talking.
Well, you know, everything you just said was so deep, so powerful. Real talk. But you are a very deep, powerful person. Anyway, so that's one of the reasons why I had to have you on the show.
That's what they say. That's something else too. I think. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know, the early part of my career, I was very, I was seeking, and so I was very aggressive, very like loud. You know, all of that is like you seeking. You know, you got something to prove to your soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you sacrificing yourself. You saying, I'm gonna change how I talk or change how I think. I'm gonna discipline myself. I'm gonna stop associating with certain people. I'm gonna stop being sexual with certain people. I'm gonna stop eating certain foods. It's a lot of shit that the flesh has to succumb to. And when you obtain it per se, or when you experience a certain, like, okay, boom, I'm off that timeline. Like I passed the lesson. I hung it up. I'm on a new timeline. You realize it's like, this is just who we are. And so the same way, like on the old timeline or the old cycle, or however you used to think, where it was right and wrong, it's like, it's no right and wrong. It's the same thing. It's like, it's no deep and surface. You know, it's like, what is? And people be so simple and be real deep. And I'd be like, dang. And they be like, nah, it's you. And it's like, imagine, watch when you get there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's for all of us. But for some reason, we, want to, I don't know. And so I have to constantly deal with that, because that's what comes with being an artist. I think to want to make it and all of that, you come from a place of insecurity because you want to be seen and you want to be heard. And then it gets to a point where it's like, now they really want it. This is the humor of the Most High. Now that the people want it, I ain't even that pressed to like give it to them. But it's a duty. It's a service. So I'm not even like, you ever see artists, they early years, when they first make it, they hype. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What's up? This such and such. Yeah, I'm here. Boom, boom, boom. Catch me. Da, da, da. And then like years later, when they in the game and they super calm, they ain't even like, because it's like, so you got to be careful what you ask for. Yeah. That's one of my favorite quotes too. That jump. Yeah, be careful what you ask for, because it's serious. But whatever. But it's not at the same time.
I understood absolutely everything you just said. Absolutely. Wow. All right. So with doing music and stuff, like, what would you say was the first song that like sparked you?
My sister bought me, I had a Walkman. She bought me the Walkman too. The Walkman and the Crisscross Jump single. And I always heard music was always playing, but it was like, you heard Jump and it was just like, you just wanted to rap. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even know why. You just wanted to rap. But that was, early on. I don't think it's really any songs, I would say, in my serious career time that I'm like, this is the song that made me want to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just love music, period, But my first memory of like, this is my music, my song, I'm opening up the tape, putting it in the cassette, I'm listening, I'm jumping around, wearing my clothes backwards, and thinking I'm a rapper, and that was Crisscross.
So I made sure I had some suspenders and stuff on that day when I first heard the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. So as a musician and as a poet, how do you connect with your audience? Like, where is it that you pull from in order to get them intrigued into what it is that you're speaking?
So I pull from my heart space. And what's interesting is I had to learn, once again, in my early performances and stuff, I personally didn't recognize that I was flowing from my heart. So that was then. So at that time, I was just going. It was like pure passion, which we all have, pure desire, which we all have. And I poured from those things. And the ultimate was pain. Is how I definitely connected with majority of everyone, because everyone, what inspired me was my nephew's passing, and everyone have lost someone. And so anytime I get on the stage and you like RIP, everyone is automatically going to connect to whoever they, lost or whatever. So pain was my friend for a long time. We grew to be, to have respect for each other. I have the utmost respect for pain. I have the utmost respect for suffering. And that's where I pulled from. Now I pull from my heart space. And a lot of people, heart chakras are closed. I'm rapping to a lot of people that's quote unquote not open yet to understanding that they are in control of their life. And so therefore, I know why now people are just staring at me and not saying shit. I know why now, you know what I'm saying? People be overly hype and want to, sell hoop dreams and might, go crazy. And, I'm so open now to like my experience, and what is what is, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you have to continue to grow. And so, I have a song called Heads and Tails, and the first bar in the song I say, open the junk with heartbreak and closing it out with healing. And that's kind of reflecting to, in music form, to what I just explained. A lot of my shit was pain. You know what I'm saying? Just sad and wanting to change the world, and, wanting to be a revolutionary and a rebel and fuck the president and the government, like just everything just going off. Whereas now it's like I'm able to intentionally speak healing through my music, intentionally know that I'm healing, and speak life into things and focus on what matters to me and what I want to create versus anybody else's narrative. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a choice to close out the cycle of like gun violence and all of that stuff. I don't have to really rap about that if I don't want to, but I feel like when you start something, you have to finish it. And so I had started the ODC frequency, or that cycle of being the queen of the city in terms of loving the youth wholeheartedly. And people say the game is to be sold and not told, and I totally disagree. So I would go against the grain and give the youngins the real game and what everything was really about. And so that's where I'm at now, is closing it out with healing. And, I think we're doing an amazing job. Not say that intentionally, so yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you are like super deep, and it sounds like you're at, it sounds like you're at a amazing point within your life, like complete balance. That's basically what it sounds like. And it's funny how you were saying how at one point you were, like rah-rah in a sense when it comes to revolutionary. I think everyone that goes through that awakening state has that moment, and then eventually over time they're like, it just kind of like mellows out,
Yeah,
because I was like that too. Like I was so strict on myself. I was like, and I was a complete vegan out here, like for real. I wasn't playing no games, and I was like 1 pound, but no, I'm just playing. So yeah, that I definitely understand that. Like that's relatable Now I would love to get to where you are right now, just emotionally wise, because my emotions is all over the place. Like, I swear to you, I just cried like so bad last night because my daughter would not go to sleep. It was 2 o'clock in the morning and I had to finish editing a video, and I was just like, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah.
Like, I just I forgot, it was something that you said earlier. I can't remember. You said we're just here, like, to exist, because I was trying to figure out, like, I know that everything happens for a reason, and I was trying to figure out, like, what was the situation last night teaching me? You know, like, what was I supposed to get from that? Because she didn't go to sleep till 2 a.m. and then I had to stay up to edit this video. I went to sleep at 5, woke up at 8. So I'm tired and I haven't went to bed since. So I'm still trying to ponder that in my head. But thank you for bringing that up to help remind me that I need to sit down and think about, you know, what I was supposed to learn from that. I guess patience, but
yeah. That's man, that's the jump right there, though. That word right there.
Yeah.
That is definitely one of the key ingredients to life, I would say, is patience. And life meaning the complete balance, or, you know what I'm saying, that you was referring to. That's, patience I had to definitely get to know. And again, it's about accepting, it's about wanting to do something. It's like, it's more about letting go. It's more about being detached. I am able to scream real loud. My family is loud. We laugh loud. We love loud. You know, we like loud. So it wasn't a challenge, but it was about, if you want to be balanced, it's more about, okay, now you can react and yell. So how would it be if you reacted being calm with that same energy? Like when you on fire and somebody make you mad and you want to yell, what if you went and wrote a rap or a poem with that energy? What do you think would happen? And so, you know, you might have those thoughts in early stages and your ego about to be like, you cheesy as shit, bro. Smoke a blunt. Fuck is you talking about? You dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you smoke the blunt and then you end up arguing with the person, or anything happens. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, listen to yourself. You know, it's no negotiations like with yourself. Yourself is not going to lead you in the wrong direction, you know? So, yeah, you got to want it. You want peace. It's like it comes to you. You want to know the lessons, like real life, like seeking you shall find, eggs. All those little quotes is true. It's just that we ain't spent time cultivating and extracting the power and constantly repeating these things. And we didn't have these things on our wall, you know, quotes and stuff. And we just, when we got in trouble, they said it to us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or crazy stuff. Like, it was, you know, instead of it giving us life, they used it to kind of kill us, per se, when it come to God and all of that stuff. But I think you can find power in it, though.
Indeed. Indeed. Wow. Did not know I was going to be having this deep conversation today.
Like, this is surface convo right here.
It is surface. It's surface and deep at the same time.
I'm being politically correct. From here on out, I'm going to be politically correct. It's like, nah.
Okay. So, who would you say is one celebrity that you want to work with?
Missy Elliott. Like, Missy dope. Like, I guys is conscious, deep. I feel like Missy can bring out of me, you know, in terms of production, in terms of her lyricism, you know, us sitting down writing. This is my dream, like having a whole session with Missy, from conversation to writing to beats and production. I could make a deep song, but it doesn't sound deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to like Uptown Shane is so versatile. It's insane. You know, she's super like, it's not just this seriousness that, you know, people get. It's this whole other side that I would love for the world to see through music. Obviously, like, you can't know everybody personally, but yeah, through music, it's like a whole animation. You know, I just like be singing on the low. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what? Missy, Missy, Missy. Missy, you gonna see this, John? I'm speaking this into existence. Virginia's down the street. You know what I'm saying? Holla at me. Yeah, come uptown. What's up?
I love it. I love it.
That's gonna happen, bro. Like, go ahead, my bad. I started getting hype. All right.
No, that's good. That's what's up. Speak it. Speak the things as though they were.
Definitely.
I noticed on like a lot of your posts, and I think maybe you said it in like in your performance, like, where do you get good God from? And like, what's
Yeah. So as artists, I feel like we have to always, we got sayings, you know what I'm saying? Like Rick Ross got the you know, Jigga got the you know what I'm saying? Like everybody has some. So I can't tell you where it came from. I've had different things over the years. And then one day I started saying it. You know what I'm saying? I remember the first song. The first song I actually said in isn't out. It's out. A version of it is out, but I'm not on it. You know what I'm saying? But it just came. And then just to share this, you know, I got confirmation, like, to me, like, for me, it was like, oh, you could use it. So one day I'm listening to some music and I'm listening to Revolution by Kirk Franklin. And he like, it's crazy. I'm like, cooling. He say, where my DC Saints at? And they like, woo, 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 woo. So he say, my DC Saints. And then when it comes back around, he like, good God. And I never heard that before. I always listened to the song. I heard the song and I heard it for the first time. I'm like, what? And then another time I'm like doing dishes and a commercial was playing and I hear James Brown and he says, good God. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. It's a song I recently heard. Missy says it on, it's one of her albums. I'm not gonna think of the genre right now. I was listening to it and she said it, and I'm like, I'm starting to hear it. It's a saying that has been around forever. Bands say it, it's, you know what I'm saying? People say it just in talking, like, good God, are you serious? Like, but I think the way that I say it just came out naturally, and then I just constantly start saying it. Like, it's like amen for me. You know what I'm saying? So I just start running with it. And people like it. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely something that's appealing.
Ooh, that's what's up. Yeah. That's what's up. It was given to me. Since I'm so deep, it was given to me from the ancestors gave it to me. I was asleep and they came through, they woke me up. It was like, Shane, here. And they gave it to me. And
that's how it be though in real life. That's how it be in real life though. They really do just be coming and giving it to give you information.
They ain't gonna come. Nah, facts. They ain't gonna come at me like that though. I'm too scary for stuff like that. I get my signs different. Niggas be seeing ghosts and shit. I don't see them. Please do not come. I don't want to see you. I'm my that's not me.
All right. So we're Bizak. Biggity, 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 biggity. So what would you say are your thoughts on hip hop versus like when we were growing up? versus now? It's funny I say when we were growing up, like we're old out here in music. No, we're young. We're very young.
No, but look though, there's a quick sidebar. I'm officially old. I was at Target. These youngins was like, they just started going on me like, oh, I see you. What she say? She said, I see you. You off your hot girl, ratchet, fly. So I'm like, who is that? I'm thinking like it's a rapper or something. So no, she was like, I see you off your hot girl, shicey. You fly out here. I see you. So I was like, who is that? Is that a rapper? They started laughing. They was like, no, Pooh Shiesty is the rapper. I'm like, I know Pooh Shiesty. I'm officially old. They was complimenting me. I ain't even know the lingo. So I'm officially old. I say that to say, you know, hip hop when we was growing up, still had a carelessness to it. You had my parents, my grandparents, like people still was like, what is that? You know, I'm listening to Tupac or Bone Thugs and Harmony or, you know, and they still like, what is that noise? So we all got this thing where it's like, you know, the younger generation don't really know what they're doing. The difference is hip hop is totally colonized. It's over. You know what I'm saying? So in terms of mainstream hip hop, because it depends on where you are in the world, hip hop still exists. And I'm talking about the real hip hop, the real essence of hip hop, it still exists, but not on TV. You know what I'm saying? That portion is over. It's colonized. It's strictly about money. And the way to make money, you know, they choose to instill, you know, to keep you on a cycle. So the subject matter, all that stuff is ignorant. It's no subject matter. Or rather, it's no substance. The subject matter is, you know, killing and just staying in pain. You know, continuing the same type of cycles. You know, the same narrative, and it's over. So I think that's the difference. We had substance. It was the beginning stages. It's like, you know, so anything that's new and fresh and stuff like that is going to be more authentic because that's where it came from. And so hip hop is doing what it's supposed to do though. You know, it's supposed to all of this shit's supposed to be how it's going to be. So it's really no comparison, you know, because it's like if time don't exist, we in the now, you know, and so when we compare, it's super respect to the question, you know, but at the same time, the reality of it is if the older generation in hip hop and the forefathers, then, you know, are you responsible for the children that you gave birth to hip hop today? Are you responsible for not owning hip hop yourself? Did you sell out first? And they are leading by example. You know, they just carrying out the sellout. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like in terms of rapping, every artist is different. So, you know, you always gonna have different type of artists, but the business model, it's like we ain't take care of hip hop. Like, you know, whatsoever.
I agree with you. Everything you just said. Absolutely. There's no more substance. It's kind of sad.
Facts. Definitely sad.
Speaking of sadness and downfalls, what would you say is one of your biggest defeat? One of your biggest moments when you felt like completely defeated?
It's like, it's like, now let's stop. Defeat though. Like I got, you know, see, this is the thing about me. I'm gonna be weird. I'm gonna be me and shit like that. Not saying that you don't. This all is well, but like I have to say the word and shit so I can understand like how do I even feel when I hear that word. So it could take me like, so when I think of defeat, I think of like something being over. And so for me, I don't think I've ever been defeated or felt defeated. Highly doubtful, you know what I'm saying? Or I felt fearful at a high level, you know what I mean? But I've been heartbroken or been hurt at a high level, angry at a high level, where you could get in trouble or make a decision where you don't have no freedom or you haven't, you know what I'm saying? So you go through a variation of things, but I don't think I am built in no type of way in terms of defeat. That's not even programmed in me. I don't feel like. Now, to answer your question, when I woke up, I could say defeated in that way because you die to your old self. You wake up to a lie. You wake up to everything that you believed in isn't true. You wake up to being a weirdo. You know, you have to embrace, you know, just your old ways and who you were is no more. And so you have to learn how to get to know yourself. But in that process, to me, that would be defeat. You know what I'm saying? That would be defeat, to believe in Jesus and then to find out and know, not believe, not be suspicious, not hope that he's not real, but to experience being alone, like as if you didn't know what, you know, I don't know if you believe in space or whatever have you, but let's just say you took somebody on a rocket ship or something and you're in space, but you don't tell them about gravity. And so they think they're going to fall if you push them out the jump. And so you push them out. You know what I'm saying? You tell them all of these things, but you don't know something until you experience it. People could tell you whatever the fuck they want to. I could curse on this jump, right? Like that's all as well.
Express yourself.
So yeah, it's like just, you know, the person you could tell they unsure, whatever. To me, that's how the spirit works. It's like you think you're not ready, but you are. But you think you're not ready, but you are. You know what I'm saying? Like you are. So your mind is always late. You know what I'm saying? It's always like 10 steps behind. So the awakening process, my mind felt defeated. I felt like I was played, you know what I'm saying, betrayed. I'm mad at the pastor. I'm mad at my mother. I'm mad at, you know what I'm saying? And all these people just playing roles. You know, you know, so
I get everything you're saying.
Yeah. So I probably would say then. And then even then, it's a fucking illusion. So I was never defeated in a sense. You know what I mean? But yeah, I probably would say then.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Because I was definitely mad at everybody too. I was like, how do you even sit there and lie to me?
Yeah, definitely. Like I was going to church. It wasn't even, I was out the church, was just going because I was mad. Like real life. I went to the church because I stopped playing intentionally. You know, you start applying the energy, you start applying your experiences, and then you get to a point where it's like, okay, I want peace, so I'm gonna create that. But you can use your abilities to whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? It's only you here. So it's like I wasn't over it. It's like still arguing with somebody, and I still got some shit to say, even though it's like it's over, leave it alone. This, that, and the third. Nah, I still got something to say. So yeah, I was going to church like y'all literally in the show pimping people. They was ignoring the shit out of me. You know, that's when I knew it was real. I'm in the middle of the joint crying. Now y'all ain't sending no deacons, no deaconess, no nurse, no nothing to me. That's how I knew it was real, because they are trained, first of all, to know, you know? And I ain't even mad at them. I seen them recently too. And I ain't gonna say their names and shit like that. I fuck with them. But it's people and shit. But it's like, you know, I went through my phase of trying to figure out, like, did pastors know? Like, do they know? You know, like, man, I just had a whole thing. I'm thinking, like, do niggas know this? They in seminary and they telling them Jesus not real, and they like, really, man, what? That's some shit to die for, to me. That's some shit to be like, you know, if a person went off like that and went on a rampage like that, I support that. I'm not gonna go with you, but morally I do support that. And you know, that's not some shit you could say on BET. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say that, but I morally support that. You know, that's betrayal at the highest level.
I felt like that. I felt like every pastor knows the truth. I feel like they have to. They went to theology school. Like, come on, like, y'all know. Like,
yeah.
So it just made me, like, my pastor at the church I used to go to, made me just start looking at him funny. Like, I used to look up to him. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, he's a pastor. And
exactly.
And then after a while, I was just looking at him like, you messed up.
Exactly. Facts. Facts.
Yeah. So I definitely get it. So with your music, do you produce it yourself, or you have somebody produce it for you? You got engineers. How do you come about your beats?
So it's various ways. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have producers, you know, that send me beats. Different, like it's two sides to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have, to me, you got this way of mainstream if you really want to make it, and it's a professional way of doing stuff. So, you know, you reach out to the producers and this, that, and the third. The other way is you could just get off. So if you know, it might be cover songs that you do. So you just go get the instrumental of songs that people already know. You know what I'm saying? And of course, nowadays people also sell their beats online. So even if you don't know the actual producer, you can still go to different websites and look up the beat and lease it if you want to, purchase it if you want to, or just use it, but giving the producer credit on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it worked with me. Engineer, absolutely. But the engineer is just the person who's pressing the button. So I don't record myself. I go to the studio. You know what I'm saying? And so the engineer is definitely there and mixing and all of that. I just tell them what I want to hear. So when you hear my music and it's like a drop here or echo or whatever, that's all me. That's not somebody that's like this, that, and the third. You know, it's like if it's a stutter, if it's this, if something repeat, this, that, all the arrangements, that's all me. The only thing somebody do for me is they did the beats for me and recorded me. But everything else, writing, arranging, delivery, all of that, that's all Uptown Shane.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So a music producer is like different from a theater producer, right? Okay, so I
Yeah.
guess my question is like, so a music producer, well, no, okay, they would still also go to find funding in order to help produce or create whatever it is that you're doing, correct? Or they just
Uh,
provide like beats or something.
yeah, I mean, a music producer, depending on what level you working on, like if I'm a music producer and I make beats, I can go to Best Buy and purchase my software, give me a computer and all of those things, my all of the setup, keyboard or whatever instruments I play, set it up where I am, make my beats. I'm not necessarily looking for funding because I'm the chef, like I'm the plug. You know what I'm
Got you.
saying?
Okay.
So unless you are a producer and you want to get signed to a label, producers also can get signed just like artists. You can get signed as a music producer and you produce for that label and you produce for the artist on that label. And so if that's the case, then yeah, you have to shop around and you have to find funding and market yourself, just like an artist would, because you're trying to get signed as a producer. And that's a face card. Producers now have a whole image, so yeah, in that way, yes, they would match in that way or have those similarities.
Okay. Thank you for breaking it down for me. Because I was
Yeah.
definitely wondering. And I know that was helpful to somebody out there who wanted to know that same information.
Definitely.
Yeah. So with all of your experience that you've had and all of these wonderful years placed upon this planet, what is one thing you would say that you would say to your inner child or the younger Uptown Shane?
Be still and know that I am God. That's probably what I would say to her. Because that's where I'm now. You see what I'm saying? It's like, so it's like that's where I'm now. So it's nothing to worry about, maybe, could be another phrase or statement. It's nothing to worry about. People used to say this to me all the time, used to get on my nerves until I started really appreciating it. And I would say to her now too, is smile. Used to blow me. Used to walk down the street and man or whoever just like, smile. Like, bro, leave me alone.
Yeah, right.
Like, why are you even talking to me? Like, but yeah. So I would say those three things. Be still and know that I'm God. It's nothing to worry about. And smile. Like, but I was a dope kid anyway. I was one of the kids that was happy anyway. I didn't get serious and all of that until later. You know what I'm saying? I really had a childhood and really had a dope imagination and was allowed to dream. And so,
Awesome.
the average rapper is like, I ain't had nothing to eat. My mother was, nah, so yeah. To each his own, though. I'm not going on that narrative. I'm just saying I don't have that story.
Yeah. With you, like saying the quote, be still and know that I'm God, I guess I would want to know, do you meditate? Do you pray or do affirmations? Like, what do you do to like reassure yourself? I mean, I know that quote as well, but in addition to that.
So, what's interesting is this, like, a lot of people are intellectual. You know what I'm saying? They are super smart. They have degrees. I wasn't interested in school. people read a lot. I'm more of the audio book type. I don't have really the desire to read or just look at words, but words come to me. I say that to say that I'm the spiritual intellect. You know, I'm natural. When I talk, I'm affirming. I'm not like, do I take time out and be like, you know, be still and know that I'm God? Nah, but I might walk down the street and be like, be still and know that I'm God. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to me, but it's like a knowing versus this intellect. There's no, I don't gotta like write stuff, and I don't know. It's like crazy because for some reason I'm trying to watch what I say, because you know, it's easy to trigger egos, and I want people to understand that it is okay to do whatever you need to do to obtain whatever it is you're trying to obtain. Mm-hmm. For me, charts and stuff, like if you was to put a chart up, you know, matter of fact, real simple, you emailed me the invitation, and I hit you back like, hey, young, I don't see the questions. I'm like, can you you was like, it's all the way at the bottom. I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm not really like smart in that area. And then maybe I shouldn't use the word smart or not smart, but charts, I'm like confused, even though it's so simple, like Monday through Friday and a whole schedule. I would have to really look and be like, okay, this is my name. Like, whereas for me, I'd rather a whole blank piece of paper and I could just sign it. Affirmations and like stones and crystals, and I have certain symbols that I'm drawn to. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that, but nah, to me, for me, I'm gonna say it, for me, it's not authentic to me. You know, if I'm gonna read a book, I'm gonna skim through the book. I'm not really gonna like read it and take it for, nah, you're a reference. You know what I'm saying? Like Tupac, you're a reference. Do I look up to you? Absolutely, you're my bro, but am I better than you? Yeah. I'm not saying that like I'm better than you because that's what you instilled in me to be, not because I'm competing with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, it's like, nah. But yes, there are everything that you saying, and in terms of your question, I do that in one way or another, just not in terms of intellect. Sitting down intentionally, oh, I'm about to order all of these new books, this and this, and nah, it's like when it's time, I'm gonna be drawn to that book and I'm gonna read it. But at the end of the day, I need a challenge because it's different for me. You know, a lot of people still praying to deities, when at the end of the day, it's like I have to watch how I deliver, because you can crush people's enthusiasm. You know what I mean? And I want to be gentle. I want to be careful at this point. There were times I didn't care. I would go on your deity, disrespect your deity, real life. And that's just not right. You know what I'm saying? For me, it didn't make me feel good. It's like, all right, if you're so powerful, then be gentle. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're so in control and if you're so tough, then what's wrong with being vulnerable? Mm-hmm. What's wrong with allowing people to use you? We be so defensive, man, this thing just want to be around me because my energy. Well, what's wrong with that? If you the light, if you're a light worker, if you a healer, you got enough for you when you get home. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my experience is Oshun. I don't need to call on Oshun.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like Oshun need to call on me if she wants to like what? Be alive or something like that. I might want to rename Oshun. I don't want to name her. I don't want to say that no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want to do what I'm doing. So in that, it's like you get excited and be like, okay, I got a blank canvas. Niggas over here meditating, ain't shit happened yet. Niggas over here still believe in Jesus. This nigga has not come back yet. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what? So let me take all this into my own hands. Let me focus on me and see if I could. So yeah, man. In so many ways, we still all connecting. We're gonna do the same things in different ways, during different times. You know,
that's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all praying or meditating,
Facts.
express ourselves to the one complete source. That's how I see it. But yeah, that's what's up. What would you say to like other artists who? Well, you kind of actually touched on it a little bit earlier, but I'll ask you again. What would you say to other artists who who are out here, like, you know, wanting to make it, or, you know, just wanting to step out on faith, but they're not really sure how to go about it, what to do, you know, they just draw a blank when it comes to it, but they know that they have something special that they need to share with the world.
So that statement like is amazing, that question. But that's the thing, you know, the question and the answer is in that. It's like you have something special to share and you're drawing a blank, then you have to be patient and wait. Because you might have something to share, but it hasn't come yet. So therefore, it's nothing to do but receive. And a lot of times we're receiving. Niggas give all day. Here you go, here you go, here you go. All types of shit. How you doing? What's up with it? Moment you say how you doing, they're not even conscious. They don't even answer it for themselves. So I try to reiterate, like, how you feeling? You know what I'm saying? And because, so I would say to the artist, know what it is that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Don't sell out. Understand, like, it's power in the word and it's power in the tongue. And so everything that you say, you're going to have to eat, whether it's a song or not, whether it's a poem or not. Be responsible and accountable for what you write and what you say and how you deliver it. Because there's no excuse that, oh, I was rapping about this because I was trying to feed my family. No. You know what I'm saying? We're naturally prophets. We naturally prophesize and spell and cast spells through our tongues and, you know, through sound, our voice, all of those things. And so in terms of music and artists, you got to be accountable. You have to be responsible. And so that's what I would say. Like, other than that, if you know what you're doing, and, you know, keep going. But I'm not the artist that asks in terms of like how to get signed and stuff like that. You know, because you got to sell out for that. There's no getting around that. I don't care what nobody say. It's not, you know, if you want to be on TV, you want to be signed, you want to do all of that stuff. It's like that world is an illusion. So you have to play by those rules. You know what I'm saying? It's no getting around that. Like, you know, it's not a real world. So, but yeah, believe in yourself.
I could dig it. I could dig it. All right, so how did you learn to like write music?
I've been writing forever. Like, as a kid, I was writing, you know, writing poetry and poems and stuff like that. And then I think professionally, besides just knowing how to write on my own, I went to school for music business and artist management, and a part of like the courses had things to do with songs and stuff like that. So we went over, you know, the proper format of a song and stuff like that. So you just retain that information because that's what you do already. But once again, that go back to the intellectual type of situation. It naturally happens. I don't sit down and say, okay, this is the hook. This is the, the first verse. No, I just write real live. And then I know, okay, this is the hook. Okay. And you just keep doing it. And then it catches, okay, this is the first part. This is the second. And it just naturally flows like, and ends up being however it comes out. It's like you just set the intention and then just pick up the pen. And I'm a writer, so I have wrote my phone, but I'm a writer. I don't like go in the booth and start freestyling.
Got you. That's dope.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I'm a writer too, you know, but I do more stage plays. I'm not musically inclined. And I have to write when I feel it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
If I'm not feeling it, if I'm not in the mood to write, it's gonna be trash. Like I've read over things that I knew I wasn't in the mood to write, and I'd be like, "The heck is this?"
Yeah.
Like now, I'm going over this play that I'm going to be going up in April of next year, but that's a whole nother conversation. So
definitely.
So if the government was to get overthrown and everything just completely stopped working, I mean, we know how you cultivate, you kind of like in your own world anyway, but if you had no more ways to make music, no more ways for it to be heard, then what do you feel like you would do, and what would you be doing?
Intentionally like being present with people, you know, or gardening, you know what I'm saying? Something that I am so far from now that I'm like, dang, I'm so interested in that now, you know what I'm saying? So, I'd probably be like that, like somebody that's outside, outside and probably write notes to people and shit, and I don't know, and pass them out. I'm saying like, but like make cards or something. That'll be tight, like make cards for all the holidays and when people go get the cards, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, something that's still words and this and shit that could be a part of that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm corny now.
What's your sign?
I mean, it's so many signs. So like,
okay, what's your sun sign? Excuse me.
My sun sign is a Scorpio.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. What's your moon? Yeah.
My moon sign is Aries.
Oh. You're just a mixture. Okay.
Yeah. What's funny though is my sister's sun sign is Aries. Like my mother had two daughters, my sister and myself. My sister's older than me. She's an Aries sun, and her sister, which is me, my moon sign is Aries. But I don't even know my sister's moon sign. They're not really like into, the sun and all of that stuff. But yeah, I think that's a dope polarity.
Got you. So the last question is, I know you said you don't read books, you like audio books. So what's the last audio book you heard, and what did you learn from it? How did it make you feel?
So recently Um, I just want to reiterate real quick. A coworker of mine, the book gotta be interesting. So I haven't even finished it, but I read enough of it to like be like, oh God, I'm inspired. And I went on Amazon and I bought the softback book of The Alchemist. So I literally have that in my book bag and I was reading it, but I got the gist of it, but maybe it'll be put on my heart. I might give it away or I might continue to read it. But recently I listened to an audiobook called The Instant Millionaire. And it's pretty much kind of similar to The Alchemist, the same type of, story or whatever have you. But realizing that be still know that I'm God, to be honest. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much the gist of it. Yeah, it was dope. It was like 2 hours. And I just sent it to my sister, Katrina, too. So we gotta keep passing stuff on. Shout out to Katrina. She on Twilight. Y'all see this behind. Oh, y'all see it.
Okay. Yes, this is on Twilight.
New single. Nah, not my blood sister. My bad. I was saying my hip hop sister, Katrina, had sent the audio book to her. That's my sister in real life too. We're not blood. Like we don't have the same parents, but when we say sister from another mother. But yeah, she on the single Twilight. She's singing the hook on that jump.
Got you. That's what's up. So real quick, can you let everybody know what you have coming up, where they can find your music, where they can find you at?
So all my music, I have new singles out now and much more to come on all platforms, wherever you get your music from. All y'all gotta do is type in Uptown Shane. Make sure y'all put the exclamation mark on the end. A lot of people don't know that's the part of my name.
Oh, and, I didn't know that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, literally, it's like a part of my name. But that's something that, it's like go with the territory. But I am on Instagram at Empress Uptown Shane. I need to link everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all over the place when it comes to the internet. I couldn't even tell you about Facebook or nothing else. You can go to YouTube and just type in Uptown Shane. Y'all find it. And what's coming is I got a visual that I'm about to drop. Like I said, I had to take stuff back to the beginning to finish out everything. So I got a special visual coming out, and then we about to just start dropping more and more visuals. Y'all can expect live performances. I'm like fully active. So I move at my own pace though. That's the only difference between me and a lot of artists. Like I move at my own pace, but we super active and back in full effect. Like I said, Twilight I just dropped the other day. That's on all platforms, music everywhere. But yeah, so just look out for me,
All right. Y'all heard her. Look out for her.
I appreciate you.
Definitely. We appreciate you for blessing us with all of your great energy. Indeed.
Likewise.
And this is Uptown Shane, y'all. Y'all get at her. All right. Good God.
Channeling. Good God. Wanna reach for the sky, feeling lost, making moves without precaution. So I'm taking offerings, getting loose, sitting back, reflecting over, turning over, sweat, bone chilling, with a rush, with a feeling. Winter time, 550 vests in position. My position, expand my collapsed pockets, my conscience talking. All is on the brain as my seeds as I'm reaching off the muscle. The pictures that have been painted, they all past tense. Hands that I was dealt, what's the sequence? The images and synopsis, whether from Scarface. What's the gym for us, getting us in shape? So many casualties that I had to face. So many bridges to burn, just for first place. And third place, nigga, he was my best friend. Said we would ride or die to the very end. Down for each other since the very begin. But now we throwing shade cause of Benjamin. And the hostility towards my parents is intense in me. Wanna be different, but far as I can see is
good God. That was Uptown Shane and her song Channeling. you was here for the interview. You see how deep the sister is, so y'all go ahead and follow her on all the social platforms that she mentioned. All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Str8 Outta Kemet podcast. I do trust that you all have enjoyed this episode. Before we go, I have to give a shout out to my girl, Sunshine Monie, aka Uniqea Monie. Her song is the song that you hear on the intro to Str8 Outta Kemet, and it is thebomb.com. Y'all go follow her. Y'all can follow her on Facebook at Sunshine Monie L on Facebook, Less Nobodies on YouTube, and Uniqea Monie on all streaming platforms.
I am confident, I am opulent, I am destined for greatness. I am